Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today right outside of Town Hall to accept a very, very generous contribution from Amazon to the Woodbridge Domestic Violence Response Team. Now, let me tell you about this team first of all. They are an amazing asset for the Township of Woodbridge. It's a group of men and women who are volunteers who dedicate multiple hours of their time getting trained in how to be a domestic violence response team advisor / counsel. I'm not sure exactly what's the best word. Advocate. Advocate's a great word. This is Walter Pearson behind me. He's the head of the response team. This is a group at 40 hours of training to start with?
40 plus hours.
40 plus hours of training. They're on call. They've got to be home at certain times in case there's ever an instance of domestic violence. So when you look at the stats, Woodbridge is low in crime all over the place. The one spot we're up in reported cases, and it comes under the criminal statutes, is domestic violence. That is not because we have more actual cases per capita of domestic violence than any other town in our county or in the state on a per capita basis. It's because we have these people behind me here who are so obvious and so visible and so accommodating and so welcoming, and they do such a good job of letting people know that they're here, and that is why people in Woodbridge Township are much more comfortable to report domestic violence, because they know they have people like this waiting for them. They are at every parade, they're at every fair, they have pancake breakfast, they have all kinds of fundraisers to help, and they're always visible. And as I said, that's why people feel more comfortable. We're normal in terms of that statistic. There's no reason we would have any higher of a percentage. It's only because people are more comfortable reporting it. So let me introduce now to Walter Pearson, who is the current head of the Domestic Violence Response Team, and ask him to supplement what I just said and say a little bit about your group.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor McCormick. It's kind of tough to follow the mayor. But I will say that we have a great team. They're your neighbors, they're your friends, they're your brothers and sisters. We have amongst us, we have social workers, we have teachers, we have government workers, we've got mom and dad who are at home, and also retirees like myself. What I can say fervently is that we are very, very lucky to be picked by Amazon for this donation. It's going to make a difference in how we can help the victims and the survivors of domestic violence here in town. Thank you.
Can you explain how, with specifically what you'd use the money for?
As you probably all know, with the pandemic, a lot of people are under a lot more stress than they normally are. So what we will do with this money is help out the victims. There are a number of people who wind up having to go to shelters. There are people who don't have any place to go. We've been able to do things like put people up in a hotel for a night or two until they can get themselves situated. We're also looking to embark on a major project that the mayor has helped us out with, and that is to see if we can provide some additional housing for domestic violence victims so that they can reclaim their life. So this will be great. This is part of seed money that towards that end.
Great.
Thank you,
Walter. I'd also like to recognize Officer Cindy Chavez, who is one of the liaisons between the Woodbridge Township Police Department and the Domestic Violence Response Team. She does a terrific job. So I'll tell a quick story. Many years ago, they would, like I said, they have fundraisers. Then they have a pancake breakfast and make $300 and have probably 12 people working, and all that effort and all that time. And it was just, it's admirable. But we said that we can't keep letting this group work that hard for that little. So the town budget for the last several years, 2 years, 3 years, 3 years, has had a $25,000 contribution in it toward the group. And you have a lot less Rice Krispies to sell, right? Which is probably pretty beneficial to you. But that, I mean, it's just a sensible allocation of township resources to support people like this who do those kind of things for people in need. So thank you as the mayor. Council, thank you for all that you do. I'd like to quickly introduce behind me Carol Ehrlich, our Chief of Staff and Head of Redevelopment, and our First Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum. Now I'd like to bring up Ashley from Amazon. And what's your last name? I don't even know.
Armsby.
Armsby? All right. Ashley from Amazon is going to speak about the company and the donation, but let me tell you a couple things first about Amazon. Many years ago, they had a big donation of Kindles and Chromebooks to our libraries and our schools. I think it was last year, I'm not sure if this was your group or another group, they brought tons of people to the animal shelter, tons of supplies and food for the dogs and cats and pets. It was amazing how much you guys brought and how many people showed up. So Amazon has become a very, very generous benefactor in Woodbridge Township. They've got 3, maybe 4 warehouses. I know you got at least 2 more coming because we're working on them. I shouldn't have said that, should I? I can't say that, all right. So you're going to have an amazing presence here in Woodbridge Township. So Ashley, please come up and tell us about why you're doing this and how it all works.
Good afternoon. Like you mentioned, my name is Ashley Ormsby, and I am an area manager for Amazon. My team and I will be launching a building next week in Avenel, and we're very excited to be with you all here today. The reason why we are here is Amazon came up with an amazing initiative called the Neighbor Good Program, which gives us the resources to be able to identify organizations in the community in need and partner with them for whatever they wind up needing. So we did some research and we came across the Woodbridge Domestic Violence Response Team. I met Walter and he's been amazing in telling me more about the organization and how it impacts the community in such a positive way. So we were really excited to partner with him, and we're excited to make the donation here today.
Well, let's have it. Let's bring it out.
All right, let's bring it out.